Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's edition of Programming Wizards. So today we're going to look at checkbox column. Okay, we're going to see how you can add a checkbox column in a data grid view. So this is what we're going to see. Like you can see, if I tick it, I can also capture the events. Okay, so you can see we have a checkbox column. So what we're going to see how we can add this particular column, but we're going to start from scratch. So we're also going to add to do also these other columns. Okay, so fire up your IDE. I'm using Visual Studio 2013. So Shift Control Shift N to create new project. I'll call mine a checkbox column. Okay, so here is my form. I'll resize it a bit. I'll then add a data grid view. Resize it, or let me just dock it in parent container. Then I'll click inside the form load event. I'll call this update method. Okay, then actually this update method will be responsible for filling the data grid view. So I'm going to say update the data grid view. So I'll define the method public void update. Then the first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to add columns. Okay, then just say data grid view 1 dot column count equal to 3. I'm going to give it the column count of 3. Then I'm going to say data grid view 1 again dot columns. Okay, now this will be an array, so I'll capture the first element in the array and then assign its name property to position. Okay, sorry, to position. Then I'll just now copy paste this particular one. Then I'll now assign data grid view 1 dot columns 1. This one will be team, and then the last one will be points. So no 2. Right now if I run the program, I'll be having a data grid view with blank columns, no rows. So the next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to add rows. To add row, the first thing that we're going to do is that we create an array list, call it row equal to new array list. Let me resolve this one. So row dot add will add the first element, which will be 1, of course. Then I'll copy paste these ones. Add the second element. Not the second element will be the team. Probably I'll call my team PSG. Then the third element will be, I'll call it assign the points. Then remember, this is just a row. We've not added to the data grid view. To add it to the data grid view, say data grid view 1 dot rows dot add. Okay, then we pass the array list, but remember we have to convert it to array because the add method expects an array. not an array list. Then that is our first row. Now we'll move over to the second row. I'll just copy paste these ones. The second one, this one I'll give it Leon. I'll give it 72. And then after that one, I will move over to our third row. The third row, its position will be 3. I'll call it Marcel. Then I'll give it 70 points. So so far we've added our rows. If I run the program, it will have the columns and the rows. But remember, we wanted to add the checkbox. Okay, so what we'll do, let me comment, we'll say add checkbox column. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to say DataGridView checkbox column. I'll just call it check equal to new DataGridView checkbox column. Okay, then I'll assign its header. I'll assign its header property check.header text equal to qualified. Okay, then check dot name. Okay, you can give it any. I'll just call it checkbox. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're going to add the checkbox. We're going to add the checkbox inside our DataGridView column. So we're going to say DataGridView 1, okay, dot columns. Remember it's column dot columns dot add check. Okay, now let's run the program and see for ourselves. So guys, here you can see we have our checkbox column. Okay, I can check them or uncheck them. Okay, but what about if you want to capture the event? For example, if somebody clicks here, you want to capture that event, what we'll do, we'll just come here to the form design. Okay, then in our DataGridView, then come to the event section. So I'll just say click, like if somebody clicks a cell, DataGridView cell click. Now what we'll do, we'll check if it is that checkbox column, that if that particular cell is clicked is alongside the checkbox column. Okay, so to do that one, we just say if e dot column index equal to 3. Okay, remember that is the column index of our checkbox column. So message box dot show. Then what we are going to show, we are going to show the index. Say row e dot row index, okay, +1. Actually, you know, counting normally starts as 0, so we are just adding that one because we want to display it. Dot to string, then plus row clicked. Actually, what you can do, inside this you can also use an if else statements to check the particular row index, and then determine whether the users checked or unchecked the particular checkbox. So like right here you can see if you click second clicked, okay, so you can be using the if else statements to check whether is checked it or whether it has been unchecked. But for today, hope you've enjoyed you've learned something in today's tutorial. So please, if you have subscribed to this channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and take care. See you next time.